All right, so we are live. So, welcome everyone. Today is Friday, which means it is our weekly group coaching session. We do stream this live to all the social media channels: YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I don't think we're streaming to Twitter anymore. They changed their terms. But anyway, if you are a member of our program, you can actually join us inside of the Zoom. Let me share my screen with you here so that everyone can see how to join. So if you are a member, you should be able to click the link in the description of the video and get logged in. But if not, let me show you the long way to get around. So if you are a member of our program, if you are the agency, you can click here. If you are the client, you can click there. Clients just have access to my dashboard. So this is what a client would see. You have the ability to go to the community tab, and then you'll access our community, which is the same exact community if you log in as an agency. Okay, so this is all going to be the same place. All you want to do is click here, and then you'll be able to get access to the Zoom meeting. Okay, so you'll just be able to log in with your membership email address, and we'll send you an email for the Zoom link. You can also go into the Learning tab and go to Zoom support, and then you will see the option to log in. And once you go to, make sure to choose the Friday one. Once you fill out this form, this is actually going to take you right into the Zoom meeting, so it kind of saves you a step if you'd rather do that. Either way, make sure to enter your membership email address. The next thing that I did want to tell you is we have Ian Scott here, who's the founder of Brand Blast today. I'm super excited. I just let Ian in, but I just wanted to tell you guys, if you look in the link of the description of this video, you will see if you want to white label Brand Blast, you can definitely go to myvisionagency.com/brand blast. And you can check out the YouTube playlist here of the series that we've done all week talking about how you can literally create they even say 150 posts in 5 minutes. We were just talking before we go live. All the members of my program have been using this. You do have a account of my branded version of Brand Blast, which I'm calling Vision Social Autopilot. If you are a member of the program, you will see if you go into the membership area, let me go back here. If you click on the Brand Blast tab here, you will see that everyone receives a free account. You already have it created. You don't need to do that again. You can just click here and then click on login, and you'll be able to access that. It'll be your membership area or your membership email address, and then this is the temporary password. It will prompt you to change it. Okay, so free account of my brand, but if you want to white label and add to your HighLevel agency like I did, you definitely want to go to myvisionagency.com/brand blast. And I do have, when you check out that training, here, I do walk you through the snapshot that I created. I basically recreated the awesome website that they give you automatically, but we recreated it on HighLevel, and I gave you, 3 different strategies of ways that you can actually promote this within your brand. So let me stop talking and sharing, and I do want to say hello to everyone and welcome, Ian. I appreciate you joining us.
Hey, how you doing? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. So, Ian, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit for the people who don't know you. What is your experience? How did you come to creating Brand Blast?
Yeah, I've always been an entrepreneur, always been building things. I think I got my fit, I guess, in software. So I've built multiple software I guess platforms, and the last 6 years I was at Meta building for them. So like 3 years on the Facebook side doing the social media kind of stuff, and then another 3 years on like the VR side doing the Oculus stuff. So
So,
yeah.
what made you decide to quit working at Meta and branch out on your own?
Um, well, I think it's just a great opportunity right now for anyone to get into the AI space. We saw I think like every 10 years there's a giant wave of some kind of technical change. Like the dot-com boom was, in the early 2000s, and then 10 years later you have the mobile boom, and 10 years later here we are with the AI boom. So I think it's a really great opportunity to start a company in that space.
So, you
So
just seized the moment. I get it.
yeah. Yeah, it was scary, but I think most people here and watching this probably I probably have done the same thing. So
So basically, you're saying that you saw a problem and you created the solution. What do you think? What was the problem? Like, what was the light bulb thing that was like, okay, I know how to solve this.
yeah, yeah. I think the best problems come from, I guess the best products come from your own problems, people trying to solve their own problems. And when I was looking at different opportunities in the AI space, I was kind of looking at, what if I had trouble with my other like products in the past? And it was always that you're too busy. I think many entrepreneurs feel this way. You're too busy building the product to actually, build up the socials and market it and like, stay on top of those things and have a social presence. And so it's really hard for small businesses to have a social presence, just because they're already overtaxed with all the duties they have. So, um, in simple terms, it was just like, let's automate that. And so, start iterating and, here we are. So,
I I was just saying during the training this week that or maybe even open office hours, but we were talking about like the benefits of this type of tool where we can have AI generate the content, and of course training the AI on your business and then being able to generate the content is the key, because lots of us have used Midjourney and Chat GPT and we understand the struggle to train it so that you actually get quality output. Most of the time we're using these AI tools and we're like, oh, that's cool. Yay, it creates like 150 posts in 5 minutes, and that's awesome. But then you have to like go through and edit everything because it's not on brand or it doesn't really speak to your customer. And it
mhm,
just takes so much time. It's not actually a time saver
mhm.
like Brand Blast.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We started out as a random post generator, and that's the problem we found. It was like this is like two out of the 10 posts are good. And so we started looking more into like what makes a good post. And there's a many different avenues you can take with that. But the one core thing among all the avenues is some context on the brand and like the value you provide. So
So,
um
do you want to
yeah.
give us like a demo? And I do want to tell everyone, all of my members here, if you do have a question, feel free to raise your little virtual hand. And I want you guys to, of course, like all of our weekly QA sessions, Ian is here for you guys as well. So I want you to feel free to ask him any questions if you're feeling like maybe this is a good solution for you, whether you want to just simply use the account that we've given you to use for your own business, or if you're ready to jump in and white label. I want Ian to be available for you guys, and feel free to ask him any of the questions that are maybe keeping you from taking the leap, whichever direction you decide. So, Ian, do you want to kind of do like a demo and explain to us like everything about Brand Blast and why is it so amazing and beneficial?
Sure. I wasn't expecting to do a demo, but
Do
why
it.
not?
Hey, we're live
Why
here,
not?
Ian.
Demo on the spot. Cool. Yeah, let me just pull up
Yeah, I'll let you pull it up there. And you guys remember, if you missed any of the training this week, go to my YouTube channel or you can go to my blog at blog.myvisionagency.com. You'll see the latest training there. I am very transparent about Brand Blast and all of the white label tools that I promote, because I know most of us are high level agencies. And what I want to show you is the power that you have at your fingertips in this market today to be able to take all the great developers and combine them into your own business. Like, let Ian take care of developing the tool. Okay, let Ian do that. Let HighLevel take care of developing the tool. Let them worry about all the compliance stuff that you don't really need to worry about, right? We just want to add them to our network of solutions, and then we create the custom solution with all of these amazing tools that are perfect for our customer. Did I buy you enough time yet, Ian, to pull that up?
yeah. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
all set up. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me just share my screen. Um, desktop one. Okay, cool. Can you guys see my screen?
I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm in the tool, and I think the best thing for this is just a quick demo of real quick how it looks. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna add a brand, and we're gonna generate some content. Real quick, this is the tool. You got your dashboard where you manage your your users and your sub accounts and all that kind of stuff. And then of course the campaigns, single post, brand context, which is really like the brain of the AI, your connected accounts, and then the template editor, which I'll hold off on. It's pretty advanced. I don't know if anybody watching or maybe you, Bridget, have been playing with this, but this is really cool too. But
Oh my gosh, I dove into this in Wednesday's training.
yeah.
Love this. I already have my VA working on this because we actually, in our membership program, I think, over 3,000 Canva templates already. So I'm
Oh,
super excited about this because I want to move all of those, and I have a VA working on this right now. Thank you,
cool.
Daniel. To
Yeah.
to start uploading those templates to the library here. Love this.
Exactly. So you can use those templates for all your clients, and the AI will rebrand them for you instead of you jumping in Canva and doing it every time. So perfect. So this is the tool, as you guys know. This is a version of the white label tool. So it's white labeled, with your own branding and all that, so you can set that up. Um, but now that you see the tool, I'm just going to go through and add a brand. So we'll start with, I'll just do Nike. Nike. I like doing Nike, Nike.com. And you'll see it grabs everything in like a second. So we have cached learning on a lot of websites. So um you can pretty much add your brand and get started within like 5 seconds. So
Pulls all of that in from the website.
yeah, so I went and learned the website. So I pulled all this stuff in, and it pulled in like, your description, your primary brand colors, your secondary, your logo, all that kind of stuff. But I'm just gonna go hit next and finish this. So it created Nike. As you see, we're at a null state here. It says, create your first campaign. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off a single post. And then let's go back and create a campaign. So creating a campaign, there's just a few elements. One, do you want images or videos? We'll do images. Target platforms, we'll just do Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Should change that to X by now. And then last, or I guess third step is your duration. And we're going to do 4 weeks, 3 posts a week, but you can do up to 7 posts a week. So basically post every day for a month. But we're just going to do 3, so it's quick. Um, then select your template. These are the templates we were just talking about. You can add your own in the template editor. We have like a plumber's one down here that we're going to release soon. But I'm just going to do fresh pop because it's a popular one. And then last is the image selection, which is, are you going to use stock images or your own images? We haven't uploaded anything, so I'm just going to hit stock images. I couldn't choose anything if I wanted because, of course, we haven't uploaded anything. So now that's firing off. That should take, 3 to 5 minutes to get that all set up. But we did fire off that single post, so I'm just going to go back and look at that. And yeah, here it is. So cool. Let's get a post, but we can always edit it if we want. Say we don't like that picture, like we're not kite surfing, so we can do something else. Uh,
And how does it decide which hashtags to bring in for the post? Is it
yeah,
pulling in like the popular hashtags, the ones that it thinks are the best choice, or is it just creating hashtags from the content? How does it decide that?
it's a little bit of both. I mean, we have like a ongoing repository of top hashtags. You can search hashtags like with I think SEMrush allows you to do that too. But anyways, there's different APIs to do like trending hashtags. But with that, you can also like, how do I say it without getting too much into details? But basically, we have this configured to where when it comes up with topics, it will pull the most popular and relevant hashtags. So there's like popular hashtags, and then there's relevant hashtags, meaning like if your post is like kind of unique. Um, so so yeah, it's like kind of a two-step thing. Um, but let's just go grab something. Nike, or let's do like athlete. Oh, that was cool actually. Cool. Yeah. And then again, all these layers are editable. You can change everything. You can also change all the captions. You can smash them down into just one caption, whatever you like. But this looks good, so I'm going to go with that. And yeah, then it updates. And so we can post this now if we wanted to, if we just hit schedule. But nothing's obviously connected, so we would have to go through and connect our accounts over here in the connected accounts tab. But that's kind of a little deeper. I'm gonna go into the campaign, see if that's on it's on its last step. So it should be done like less than a minute. And while we're waiting on that, I can go over the brand context a little bit. So you'll notice we didn't do anything when we just dropped in the URL. We just dropped in the URL and started making some content. But we could actually fine tune the AI more to our brand if we went over the brand context and added any type of docs about the founding story, quick tips, fun facts, testimonials, whatever you want. This is kind of where you would basically fine tune the AI. And we actually just added this week, we added brand voice. So now you can also add brand voice and we give you some suggestions of, favorite marketers. We got like Hormozy and Gary V in here and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where that is. And also you can upload your own media here. Let's go jump back to the campaigns. Campaign is done. And there you go. About a month of content. This is for Nike. Month of content in like 5 minutes. And yeah, these look all pretty good. They look on point, on
I
brand,
love
and
I love the idea and I hope that someone does this. Um, it's like you can provide this as a service and your clients never even have to see the software. They just think that you are creating all of this. And if you think like I used to, when I started out as an agency, I was doing like social media management. And so I was first creating the graphics, but then that started taking too long. So in order to scale, I started outsourcing the graphics. But it was like every 30 days for one client would be like $100, right? But if they're paying me $400 a month, that's a good overhead. But think, I could keep that $100. I could just constantly like use this tool and create this content and keep more of my money. I absolutely love this. I actually showed the other day some gigs on Fiverr where you can purchase like 2,000 quoted graphics and then they just brand them for you. It's like
Mhm.
the package of quoted graphics. They brand it for you. And then, of course, you buy that. So that's essentially what I don't even know if they're using this tool or something like it, but that's essentially what we're able to do with the software.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you know what? $100 a month is actually pretty affordable.
Yeah.
'Cause I know today it would be a lot more expensive if you want to outsource
Yeah.
even a
Well, it
VA
was
or just someone
Fiverr. I was
local.
getting a good deal.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because it'd be hundreds of dollars a month just for one brand. But
But
yeah,
just
this definitely
that's
saves
for
you a lot
one
of money.
client, a hundred
Yeah,
dollars for one client. And then it's like if you take on another client, even if it's in the same niche, you still have to have everything rebranded. So that's
definitely.
that's what I when I think about like how would the agency, like the social media management agency, really use this tool? Oh my gosh, it's like you can scale to the moon and not have to outsource any of the content creation.
And that's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are using VAs or doing it themselves, and they're like, "Hey, this is way too much. It's not scaling." Especially with VAs, because you realize, uh, you just have to hire more VAs as you get more clients. Because there's only so many hours in the week to do this.
Yeah.
So that's when they switched to us, and a lot of people have been happy with kind of automating this with SaaS. I do see we have a question in the chat.
Yeah. Manila?
Yes, I do like the tool. We went through some training last week and it's pretty cool. But I'm trying to aim to the Latino market,
Hmm.
Spanish speaking folks. And I know I could handle the tool, but I want to know if I get the unlimited package, which is actually the way to go, to provide it to my sub account as an attractive item to stay with me, it has to be in Spanish. The input and output has to be in Spanish. How could we
Yeah.
work that out?
Yeah, that's totally there. So if you just go in the brand context, um, let's scroll up. If you just go to basic info, there's
Mhm.
actually language for posts, and it's at English right now, but you can easily pick Spanish. We support 31 languages, so yeah, you could put that and
Yeah, but
have
with the menu change to Spanish because we have
um
high level and the input and output. but the menu doesn't switch to Spanish.
Oh, I see. Okay. So like you're talking about like
Doesn't
the
switch.
navigation options and stuff. Uh,
Exactly.
we actually just had this someone from France asked us this like earlier this week. And we're like, okay, it's I realize it's something we need. So we'll probably do localization on the navigation items pretty soon. It wouldn't be too much of a lift, but yeah, we could do that. For right now, what I knew they were doing, they were using Chrome, like Google Translate in the Chrome browser.
Yes, I
And
use that a lot, but it
okay.
doesn't work as well.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, so we don't officially support the navigation items, the localization for the navigation items, but we will pretty soon. Um, to be honest, if people bug us about something enough, we just build it.
Well,
So
it's a huge market. You're
yeah,
talking
oh
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
country speak Spanish. It's a huge market.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that this actual language for posts picker right here, we actually built it for the Spanish speaking market just because we had multiple people in South America that were using this tool and they were just like it has to output Spanish. And so we supported the other languages too, obviously, because it was just a nice, easy add-on. But our Spanish-speaking users were really what pushed that feature. So
All right,
totally,
can we get a heads up from you when you kind of have it ready?
yeah, yeah, of course. Of course. Did you say you went to a training? You already signed up, or are you?
No, no, no. We working with Bridget and we love the
Oh,
tool.
okay,
But
okay,
of course, we want
yeah,
to go offer it to our sub account with the unlimited package. But
yeah,
it has to be attractive because a lot of these folks see a little bit of English and they get turned off right away.
That makes sense. That makes sense. What's your guys' experience with Go High Level? How do they handle this?
It's very hard with Go HighLevel because you could do a lot of stuff in Spanish, but the navigation stays in English, and the few translations that they have don't mean what they're supposed to mean. So it's
Mm,
challenging.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can do a localization kind of thing, at least for the navigation options for sure.
And
Uh,
you may want to reach out to like Matt DeSano because I know that his team has like a translate widget that they have available as one of the things that you can get when you sign up with them. But it's just a code that you can put into your high level account and then it will change the language. I know that it's, being a widget, it's not a perfect solution, but maybe that's something that could be integrated to easily make
yeah.
all of that translated.
Well,
Yeah,
I talked to
definitely.
them, and they told me that you have to have on a special plan to be able to get.
Oh, I mean, for Ian, maybe he can get
Oh, for
some
Ian.
ideas of
Okay.
how they
Yeah.
approach it, so that he can build that into his system as well.
Yeah. We already scoped it out just because, like I said, like literally 4 days ago, we had a user asking. Um, so there are a few ways to do it for sure. I know a lot of people have the little drop down picker up here in the corner.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny in Facebook, translations were actually like one of the biggest it's like included in every project and it's just one of those last steps you do before you release a feature. And they have a whole team of people you submit translations to. So it was always this thing of like, oh, did you get the translations in? Because it takes like a week or so to get all the translations. And Facebook's everywhere. So, you have like 20, 30 translations, 20, 30 like languages to translate to. So every time we would push something out at Facebook, it would be like, do you get translations in? If not, you have to delay it a week or so. So it's it's actually nice coming back to this a little bit because we're getting bigger and we're getting into those new markets. So, but yeah, it brings back memories, translations.
Yeah, even high level. I mean, they're still working on perfecting, like Manolo said, the translations in the other languages. It's so important, but it's kind of like when you're building your business, you need to get all the processes and everything good, and then you can start duplicating all of that. And that's what we talk about in our program. It's like you can't just create a snapshot just out of thin air. You have to, if you want to really create a quality one, you have to build it, use it,
Mhm.
and then you can duplicate. I did want to ask you something because I didn't address this week in the training, but when it comes to creating teams, if you are, I went through this process,
Mhm.
but if you are an agency and you want to hire your VA to create these templates, cough, cough, like I did, how do you have to give permission to like, or give them your login credentials, or do you, is there a way that you can give them access and then they will
Mhm.
also have the template editor?
Yeah, so the template editor, it's a special case just because it's such a powerful tool. We really only release it to agency owners. So they're on the white label accounts, they have access to it. And we haven't released user permissions yet. User permissions will let you open it up to different users, but for right now, it's only the white label agency owners. So it is like a admin level access.
Oh, cool. Can you tell us about some other things that are coming in the future, what you guys have planned?
Yeah, oh my gosh. There's a few different things I can talk about. So
You can tell us some top secret things. No one here will tell.
yeah. Okay. I mean, there's little things, we have that are just cool, like cool little fun things, like, reporting dashboard, little activity thing to see, which accounts you have that are like posting, hey, which ones you need some help, like they haven't finished onboarding, or uh, you know, which ones have a campaign that's about to end that you need to start another campaign. Um, and then on that same note, we do have something called like reoccurring campaigns or like auto posting coming up, to where you don't have to keep making campaigns every month. Like you don't have to like manually be like, okay, here's this month's campaign. I'm going to come back in a month and then set another campaign. Uh, Basically, you can have kind of reoccurring campaigns, and that's a huge win for small businesses, because honestly, small businesses just need like 60 days of recurring content. Because when your potential customers come in and gut check you on your socials, your sales cycle probably isn't going to be more than 60 days, or even half that, 30 days. So by the time one of your potential customers, say your painter, comes and looks at your local painters, by the time they're serious enough to actually go check out your socials, they're probably already in your sales funnel, and they're probably going to get out of your sales funnel in less than they're probably going to complete that in less than 60 days for sure. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting, the auto posting. um White label videos, everybody's been asking. I've had like four different agencies ask in the past 2 weeks, can I have a white label demo video? We're gonna come out with something like that here pretty soon. I think honestly by next week it should be ready. Um, and then some bigger things. What do we have? Those are the little things, coming out, but the bigger things we have coming out, that's really exciting. And this is more like towards the end of the year and 2025 is AI avatars, having your likeness promote your brand in a way that's actually believable. The AI avatar is getting really good. It's actually really hard to tell when you look at like the top technologies, like what's an avatar and what's not. So eventually having your likeness promote your stuff in a way that's a lot more engaging. And then also like a feedback engagement, um, like a metric input to the AI. So like the AI looking at like what posts are actually engaging and getting the most stuff, and kind of reattacking those kind of things when they post new stuff. So that's really exciting. And then also we'll have like competitive analysis built into that as well. What are your competitors using that are getting a lot of engagement? So trending topics, etc. Um, so yeah, those are the exciting things. And then also video template editor. We have videos. They're still in beta. People like them. People use them. But we've actually been kind of scoping out what would it look like to have the video like template editor for videos. And it's actually almost more feasible than the image template editor, because it's lighter weight. And so we're excited to get that out probably towards the end of the year. So
What do you think are some of the coolest ways that people are using Brand Blast, like in their agencies or just in their businesses in general?
yeah, that's a good question. It really depends on who the agency is. So we have low ticket. We have agencies that do a low ticket model where this is just like an add-on for like an extra $150 a month. And they like that. That's working out well. But then we have the bigger agencies that are, doing like the high ticket thousands of dollars a month packages. And they'll use Brand Blast as like either, um, just like a nice freebie thrown in there, or like a lead magnet to get them to get people to show up to a webinar. I had someone actually someone that's like blowing up right now that has they've made a lot of partnerships. I won't name drop because I don't know if they like that or not, but they I saw that they kept adding users. I'm like, oh my God, they have hundreds of users. And they just really started cranking it this month. And I found out what they were doing. They were kind of giving this away as a lead magnet in a way, which we already knew what people did that, but we haven't seen someone do it so successfully. And yeah, they were really happy with it. I was just talking to him yesterday and he's like, yeah, man, people love this. It really helps get the show up rate up. So um that's an interesting way to do it.
Oh, so they're using it like a bonus to show up to a webinar, like forever?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
lifetime?
yeah. Yeah, like a webinar or a sales call or something like, hey, show up and you'll get access. Just show up just to get access to this tool, you know. So we've already had people doing that before. And you know, they're doing well, but this guy like really did well. So
So
yeah.
do you
So
have like an MAP, like a minimum advertised price?
no, probably will in the future, but not right now. So
High level just changed theirs
I
where
heard.
you can now instead of like you basically they had you stuck at $97, which I love the idea of using the one tool to introduce your whole suite of tools, like here's the
Mhm.
social planner, upgrade to receive this and whatever else. I actually have an ad running right now using my Vision Social Autopilot as a lead. It's just a free trial though, but it's such a great way using these awesome free tools that everybody wants to try anyway. It's like
Mhm.
you're introducing them to, I mean, and if you're just using a form, it's such a low barrier. So it's like your cost per lead is insanely cheap. So it's like you're giving something high quality. Now you have their email address. Now you can just consistently upsell them to your other tools. So it's really, I love the idea of using it as a lead magnet, but also,
Yeah.
like I say, we as software resellers, we have lots of different softwares that we resell. So using that to upsell to your larger packages is love it.
Exactly, exactly. And some little bonuses on there to add on to make it just even more appealing is saying the value. You know, it's like, oh, this is like a $300 a month value, or you know, if you want to give them like an annual plan price, it's like this is $3,000 value that you're getting for free.
Yeah.
I noticed just putting a dollar amount by something that you're
Yeah.
getting for free is really
Yeah.
it's speaks more volume. So
Oh, because I'm so open and transparent about the white label tools that I resell, I love to tell people, like, look, if you go to Brand Blast and sign up, it's $47 for this plan. If you go to Play and sign up, it's $97. If you go to High Level and sign up, it's $97. But you can get all of these for $147. So it's like I love as a reseller, I love to say this is powered by Brand Blast, and
mhm.
you can go there and sign up, but you could also join my program. But
Yeah,
also the flip side of that is being an affiliate too. So it's like people say all the time they get so overwhelmed, like, but what if they recognize the brand? And then they say, oh, isn't this just Brand Blast or isn't this just High Level? And it's like, that's good. If they really
yeah.
want it, just here's my affiliate link.
Yeah, and I think being transparent is it's like a superpower of credibility and trust that gives you. Yeah, I think your deal is actually so good. I actually just referred someone else to it yesterday. They were like wanting to check it out and they were looking at different tools and they just got into the space and I'm like, oh, listen, if you want to check out a lot of tools for, you know, the most affordable way, like you should probably join, you know, Bridget's plan and you can play with Brand Blast and you can play with all these other things. And so yeah, I think
I'll
it's
get you an affiliate link. We'll just
yeah, actually, I wonder if we affiliate each other. Like, how does that work?
yeah,
Just like just
yeah.
exchanging money back and forth.
Business. That's why it's fun.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
I get to help you build your business, you help me build my business, and then and then we just go to the high level summit, and then we're like, hey, everybody's rocking it. Yay, high five.
yeah, yeah. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. So give me that
Did you
affiliate
guys
link.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send it to you. Do you guys have any questions? I don't see any. I see that we definitely have a lot of people in here. Charles and Edna and Frankie and Keith, Manolo, Rick, Tony. Oh, Tony's got a question.
Actually, I just want to say I was playing around with this thing today
Hmm.
and I love it, dude. You
Wow.
knocked it out of the park, man. Because like, man, this thing's awesome. It's
It's
it's really a really good tool. I like, man, I was on it all day. And then when I started transferring stuff from Canva, I was like,
Hmm.
get out of here, man.
Oh, nice, man. I love to hear that. I love to hear
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, baby. It was real good.
Cool,
Tony,
cool.
what do you think, just from the user perspective, like what about it makes you so excited? Like what's the thing that you're like, what? This does that? That's cool.
All right, what really got me set off, like what really did it. Well, there was a lot of things that did it, but initially, how easy it was to connect everything just right out the gate. Out the gate, Facebook, YouTube, all of those platforms connected smoothly. Like I had no problems with it. It was just nice and smooth and done. So much so that after I created the post, it gives you an option, right? How you could pick if you want to post on all those different platforms.
Hmm.
But after the post is made, it only shows one platform on what you created. So I'm at the moment I'm thinking that they're only going to be posting on Facebook, but they don't. They post everywhere at the same time. Every place you click, it posts it everywhere.
Hmm.
Now
Yeah.
the Spanish thing is a huge thing because right away when I posted it, I was getting phone calls, of course, from like all my Spanish people, and they're like, "Hey, man, could you do that in Spanish?"
Okay, nice,
Could you
nice.
do it in
That's
Spanish?
great. Yeah, that's awesome. That's
You
awesome.
said,
By
yes,
the
I
way,
can.
that preview that you saw, you can actually change. You said it was in Facebook. Right above the post, you can actually change it to be like Instagram or whatever else. There's like a preview picker up
It's
there.
like a drop down.
Right, but you
Yeah.
don't have to because initially when before you set up the post, you go ahead and pick everywhere you wanted to go.
Correct. Correct.
So once you do, that's what had me confused because I thought I had to pick. I initially I thought that I had to pick each individual channel
Oh,
after
okay.
I created it. It wasn't until I created it one time and I started checking my channels, I was like, it's everywhere that I initially picked. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
do you understand where I'm going?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just like, get out of town, man. This is like crazy. I haven't posted my own videos on YouTube yet, and it put my first video on YouTube, right? It was my very first video, and I did it with your software, man.
Oh, that's great to hear. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're into it, man. You did the videos and everything. So I love to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I
Love the
definitely love the
tools.
tool.
I love the tools that that I try out, and then I think within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, I'm signing up. This is way too cool because I know if I'm excited about it, you guys will be excited about it too.
Oh, and once you play with it, it's, because you just like the time saving.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you see the value because you're like, oh my gosh, when I created my content and it took all this time and all this effort, that is nothing compared to what I'm doing now. So it's like the time, that's huge. I mean,
I,
imagine once a month. I used to, when I had one social media client, the very first one, I would spend 8 hours every Saturday creating a month's worth of content and scheduling it all out. But that was like 8 hours a month on my Saturday because I still had a job that I was doing.
Gosh.
Imagine how many I could have had, 10 times those clients and spent way less time than I did just that one client. You can't really scale doing that. 8 hours. Oh my gosh.
no, you can't. Like my brain is going crazy right now just thinking about what I could do with
Yeah.
this
Yeah. And it's so cool too, because think of it's like when you're saving that time, it's like you're still addressing all the things that you need to address. We have to create content. So if you don't have the time, it doesn't change the fact it still needs done. So you as the business owner, you have things that need done. You still have to get them done. So you figure it out and using these tools and automation and using AI the right way, that helps you accomplish all of those things.
It's a fun tool to use. It was actually fun to produce what I produced. It was fun using it. I actually enjoyed the time that I had using the tool. You know,
Good.
and to the point I was like, the only thing that I couldn't figure out, and it's not, I just couldn't figure out, is I'm sure it's user issue. Today's the first day I used it, but how do you change the content, the verbiage that it wants to print out? Like I know where to go to change it because I was using ChatGPT to go back and forth to change it, and this was just
Mhm.
me exploring around. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, of course. We have two levels of that. So the first level is just the level that affects all content you output, and that's your brand voice. So in the brand context, you can edit your brand voice, and that will put a different kind of spin on all the content, as far as, the tone, I guess, and how it comes off. And
Right,
then
right.
there's the second one, which is really about changing the content itself, like the focus and the themes. And so right now you can create single images, single image posts and single video posts about specific themes. Um, to create campaigns about specific themes, we're actually coming out with that soon where you can prompt it and be like, hey, I want 30 days of content and I want it to be about this specific thing. Right now, a way that people are getting around that and prompting it themselves is they're making a product about whatever they want to promote, and they're making a product focused campaign of like, I want a product focused campaign about this product that I have made in my brand context, and it will make 30 days of content about that product. So that is a workaround, but we will have a prompt mode for campaign creation. Um, yeah,
That's really cool, man.
yeah.
I do see that Wendy had a question in the chat. She says, can you use multiple websites to train the AI?
At the moment, not no. Because there's okay, well, you can't. So the basic learning starts with just one website. You just enter your website or you just fill out a form, and that's the basic context of your brand. Um, you can add content from multiple other sites after in the brand context if you do deep knowledge. All you have to do is basically find a way to scrape it. So Perplexity AI or something. Find a way to get a summary of that website and then drop it into your brand context. That's how I would go about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like if it's totally different, just knowing what I know about the tool, maybe you could do a work, maybe, I mean, obviously if you're agency owner, that's the best way because you just created a brand new brand. Maybe you could even use one of the products. Like if you had like if it's a sub brand of your main brand, for example, like I'm an affiliate, so I put in all of my different products that I promote. And then of course those have links. Maybe that would be a good workaround for you.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea too. Yeah.
Manola, you had another question?
Yes. I could create sub accounts, and I mean, I could create some of the sub accounts and brand it differently, so I get different outcome. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Correct.
that's how I will go about it. I mean, if I just train this, it's another sub account with different information, and I get different outputs. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course, of course. Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually do a lot of our testing with the brand voice. We just made the exact same brand, give it different brand voice or different, deep knowledge context, and we were just seeing uh how different are the campaigns. So um yeah, that is primarily how we test it internally too.
Yeah, so if you think about it, like the in the agency account, like users are the same if we're relating it to HighLevel, since we're all using HighLevel. The users are the same as like users of HighLevel, and then the brands you would think of them as like sub accounts.
Exactly. It's a one-to-one mapping.
Yeah.
So we have the agency, and the agency is just like your agency view, and then you have users that belong to that agency and brands. The only thing that's different between our schema and high levels is that the brands are owned by users, whereas in HighLevel, the sub accounts are exist on their own, and users have access to different sub accounts. But we are going to change that because we have to do user permissions, and so we may change a little bit of that.
So do you know when user permissions will be available?
I would say probably in the next 1 to 2 months. It's something we're pushing on because it's actually a prerequisite for a deeper connection with Go High Level. So a deeper integration to where we can just send stuff to the social planner, um, or import your. We have like a concept of a when you set up your Brand Blast account with Go High Level. Right now it's super easy. You just import users via CSV or whatever. We have automations, but we have this idea of like syncing your Brand Blast with your Go High Level, so it creates all your sub accounts and users right there, and then you just like turn people on and off whether they have access. Um, but user preferences, your user permissions is a prerequisite for that specific feature. So we are quite bullish on it. So it may happen sooner than a month or two.
So
So.
like you want to push the data. So like you're creating it instead of Brain Blast, and then you want to push that data to the high level social planner. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I guess two things. So we want to sync your users and brands between Go High Level and Brand Blast, so we always know, your most up-to-date setup with your sub accounts and users. And then two, we have another integration with the social planner with Go High Level to where instead of exporting via CSV and then importing that CSV inside of the social planner, to get your post from Brand Blast into the social planner, we want to just have a button that sends the post to the social planner. So.
OMG, that is beyond cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We actually don't want to do that much scheduling. We want to really focus on creating content well and
Yeah.
leave the scheduling up to the schedulers, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because then you can piggyback off of all of the like the notifications when the account's disconnected, or like when you have a client who is in your high level account and they've already connected all their social media platforms, and then they go to your white label Brand Blast account, they wouldn't then technically have to reconnect all their platforms.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's kind
Oh,
of a win-win for everyone. I mean, us included. We don't, like I said, we'd rather stay out of the scheduling side of things, and more in the content creation side.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like I just said at the beginning here. It's like focus on the thing that you do great, let everybody else do the other stuff.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and the social planners, man, they could be a beast to deal with too, like on the back end of things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tony, you had another question?
Yeah, since you are looking to integrate into Go High Level Social Planner, I don't know if they still like that, but the last time I used it, they had this token thing that you had your clients needed to uh always they had this token thing that your clients always had to refill. And it wasn't that they had to pay for anything. They just had to hit this button. And it took forever for me to get a client to do that.
Hmm.
Would that be the case if you integrate Brain Blast? Because right now, that's one of the things that I love about Blast, that you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think most of our clients, not knocking Go High Level or anything, but most of our clients don't want to use the social planner either. They want to use us. It's just that we do have a small minority of clients. I would say maybe 30%, 40% of our clients. So I guess not a small minority, but they want to use the social planner. So to be honest, if you don't want to use the social planner, that's fine. You can keep using us. But if you do, uh, yeah, you probably would have to deal with that. I'm not sure what that is, the token thing.
It's a social media thing. It's like, you know how, and every social planner is like this. I don't know how Brand Blast deals with it because I haven't had them connected long enough. But it's like when you give access to, for example, TikTok, um, every like period, like
Oh,
maybe
60
30
days.
days or whatever, yeah, it
Oh,
expires. And then
okay.
that's what I was saying about the notifications.
Yeah, that is an issue. So yeah, with Instagram, so Facebook and Instagram have a 60-day token and like, okay, yeah. Yeah, you will have to deal with it for us too. That's just an API safety measurement. So they have to verify you every 60 days. Yeah. So
It
Thank
is
you, Bridget.
incredibly.
You drove it home for me.
You can go into the settings though. You probably already have this just for everyone watching though, but you can go into the settings of your social media planner and you can make sure to notify you and your client when this happens so that hopefully your client sees it and they connect. But I used to have a client that I could never contact ever. He never answered emails. He never did. So it's like sometimes things would go unconnected for months because I'm like, I sent you like 15 emails to do it. So that is a struggle. But unfortunately, in those cases, you just document all of this stuff and then you just have to move on. I mean, you
Mhm.
can't make them connect it.
Yeah, definitely. We do have notifications too when it comes disconnected.
Yeah.
So it's so annoying.
Yeah. It really is. Like, you're the
Yeah.
agency. You're like, I'm trying to help you. I just need you to click the button.
It's
Yeah,
like
just click it.
beating somebody over the head with like, it's like, man, just click the button, man. It's a button.
Yeah.
I know. It's like trying to tell a local business, like, dude, we got to collect emails. Okay. I want to help you here. Let's collect emails. I get
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Yeah. Maria, you have a question?
Yes, I do. Thank you. It was very interesting. One question I have, when I was trying to connect my Facebook, I might have missed this. It doesn't work on personal Facebooks. Your personal is just a business.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just so Facebook and Instagram, they have a restriction on their API to only do business accounts. So you can't do personal pages or personal Instagram accounts. Um, but you can switch your Instagram account to business by just in the settings. If you just go
Okay.
to settings and like account type, you can change it. The only drawback is that if you are someone that likes to create TikToks or whatever and have like sound bites of popular songs on the radio, you can't repurpose that kind of content on a professional account. So you can't put, your favorite song on your clips. That's really the only drawback I feel like with the Switch.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I do want to spin our wheel and everything before we go today. Ian, thank you so much for joining us. I don't know who I'm hearing.
Isn't that pretty?
Hang on. Wait. Okay. I think I muted the right person. Okay. Thank you so much, Ian, for joining us. I really appreciate your time. I think everyone is super excited about adding Brand Blast in here. I'm sure you guys will be doing a lot more training in the future. Ian, is there anything else that you wanted to say? Any cool announcements or Facebook tricks and tips since you're on the inside? Wait, Ian, how can you share political posts? And is shadow banning a real thing?
Oh man, I can't speak on that.
Kidding. You don't have to answer.
Yeah. Oh man. I have so many stories I could tell, but it's all good.
Sure, sure. Only
No,
know,
the
is there
big
anything about
announcements. I mean, I guess the big announcements are, the things we already talked about, which are, the new features coming out. We're launching features every week. This past week we just launched, the brand voice and the Spanish or the multilingual support. So excited to get some new stuff out this coming week. Look out for those white label videos. So you have a demo video set to go when you sign up with us, and of course all the other stuff we talked about. But yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's been a great pleasure, and I really enjoyed watching your videos. I think you covered the tool really well, and excited to get introduced to your community. And if you guys need anything, just reach out. If you go on the tool and you say you came from Bridget's community, then I will make sure to be in contact with you guys personally. So
Also, if you guys didn't know, Ian is in our membership area. So if you have a question for him, you can just tag him, do the @ Ian Scott, and then he will get notified just like you guys are. Cool.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you, man. Thanks for coming by.
hey man, you too, Tony. Thanks for the kind words, and I'm glad you got to use the tool and check it out. I'm sure we'll talk more. So thanks.
Yeah, and you're welcome anytime. We're always here Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're welcome to join us whenever you want to.
Awesome, awesome.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Anne. You're welcome to stick around. We're just going to spin the wheel every Friday. Whoever joins us in the weekly Q&A gets to get their name added to the wheel, and the winner will receive a free private consultation with me. So I do want to make sure that I have called everyone's name here. So let me know if I missed you. Just one second. So we have, oh, let me add Charles there. Okay, so we have Keith, Tony, Rick, Frankie, Manny, John, Edna, and Charles. Did I? Oh, I think John is actually Ray. So we'll change that to Ray. Did I
And
miss it?
Wendy.
And Wendy?
And me, Maria.
Oh, Maria, I missed you. Oh, I'm glad you got access, by the way.
Uh-huh. All right, Bridget, we're trying to be sneaky now.
Or maybe it's just because Maria wins every week subconsciously. I was
I
like,
know.
not Maria this time.
No,
After 5 weeks, I finally figured out how to get into the actual webinar instead of just on the, the other way.
Oh, well, I do share at the beginning of every Q&A how you can get access if you're a member. It's always in the same spot there. So did you guys did I miss anyone else? Keith, Tony, Rick, Frankie, Manny, Ray, Edna, Charles, and Maria? I don't think Ian needs to be included. All right, guys, let me share my screen here. And let's spin the wheel. It's Edna.
No way. Hey, thank you, Bridget. I was waiting for Maria to come up.
I was hoping I wouldn't come up. I was praying I wouldn't come up at night. I was praying for it.
Thank you, Bridget.
I'll send you the email.
Congratulations.
I will send you the email as soon as we're done here. Did you guys have any other questions for me or Ian or anyone else? No? All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Monday is Labor Day here in the United States, so I will not be laboring on Monday. I hope you guys don't labor as well. I hope you enjoy time with your families and just have a nice, relaxing weekend. But Tuesday, we're going to be right back at it with open office hours and live training. So thank you all again for joining me. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Bye. Go make your vision a reality.